Hello, we're back at it again. We have a special guest slash member to the team. We got Gully.
Hello. Been here for 6 months now.
We ain't talking about her, but
No,
Ashley,
I know. But
just the girl,
Just the girl, alien, and
the doctor, not
Mr. J.
Umar.
Mr. J.
Not Umar. Well, today is it's a touchy subject today, and that's why we had two women here, and it's on abortion, right or wrong, personal choice, my body, my choice, all that. But we want to hear from the women instead of the men who don't control a woman's body.
But we will touch on the topic as well because
No Diddy.
you are part of it.
yes.
Yes.
But so what's the question? What's the question?
What is your thoughts? First of all, what are your thoughts on abortion?
You wanna go first?
No, you don't.
Me? All right. Well, my, I guess my thoughts on abortion is, I never, thank God, never had an abortion before, but I knew friends that did, and just knowing of what they went through and knowing the right and wrongs of it is more so of like, my opinion is, it's like I'm on I'm on both sides in certain extent. One is if a girl, of course, gets raped, and that's something that she has to live for the rest of her life, seeing that this child that she's going to raise by herself, in whatever situation that she's in, even if she has support, it's just knowing that that child is not going to know the father at all.
Mm-hmm.
But another thing is, that's one choice. I would say that it's okay for her to choose that. The other one is, if there's a defect on the child in the belly, the baby in the belly, and knowing that it might not survive naturally, that I would say it's okay, because it's basically, if you continue on carrying that, the child is going to suffer for a long, long period of time.
I mean, the mother
But
can
you
suffer
did-
as well.
Yeah,
You did say
because-
Mike.
It
You
could
did
be a
say
medical
Mike.
emergency.
What do you mean, Mike?
You used the word Mike, not.
But
Well,
do you
because
wanna
there's another thing is, if the mother is going through a health issue with the baby being in there,
Mm-hmm.
then it's like life or death.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and I know that there's cases like that is like, I have to do this, if not I'm going to die, and then what about my other kids?
Right.
If they do have any other. So yeah, and that's my thing. We'll go more deep into it, but
I'm gonna second that too, because I think that it depends also because of like how you said with rape and then other stuff too. I don't know. I feel like I'm more on the against it than actually.
Can you speak up, please?
Oh, I'm more on the against it than actually like with it, because of the fact that there's so many options now to prevent you like having to go to that certain
Extent.
yeah. And then like there's also adoption. Like there's a lot of parents out there that they can't. I mean, like couples out there, they want to be parents but they can't be. So it all
So-
depends.
So what if there is a medical emergency? Like what would your take be on that?
I think that that's different, because it's like how she said, like the baby can like, you don't know if it's gonna suffer or not. Do you want to take that risk of you suffering, because you're gonna suffer as the parent, you're gonna suffer seeing
Mhm.
your kids suffer too.
Right.
Do you really want to go with that?
Right. Right.
yeah. I have a client of mine's that she was in Puerto Rico. She lived in Puerto Rico, and she had her first child, and they couldn't figure out if the baby had any defect until it was born, and it did. It did have a defect. She's completely disabled, and she has to go through surgeries after surgeries after surgeries,
Yeah.
and
That-
so
that's
it's
the
a
part that
lot
sucks.
of it's a lot to carry.
Yeah.
And then when she came here to the United States, she got pregnant again, and then here they found that the child did not have a defect, that it was natural.
Mhm.
So you know, it was more so of like, it, because of the first one, her carrying had a defect. They were worried about the other one having a defect. You know, so they can now, with all the stuff and tests that they have, they can tell if the baby would have a defect before.
And that's what sucks, because you don't know what, you know, the technology obviously back then wasn't the greatest, so it's kind of like a 50-50 chance on whether you should do it or not. But with the technology now, you know, we have a lot better observations of, you know, what to do in that time, of whether you should have it or you shouldn't. Me, I'm kind of like, I'm with y'all, like I'm 50-50, you know. I would say yes and no. I feel like a lot of women kind of abuse it.
Yes.
You know, and that's
Yes.
I feel like that's the wrong thing to go about it.
Yes.
But again, I feel like if there is a medical emergency, that is one. And yeah, basically like a medical emergency for real. I don't think you should just abort a child just because you don't want it. Like you said, there's foster care, there's
Yeah.
family that would be willing to take care of it.
And there's
You know.
protection.
There's
Yeah.
that's the number one thing. Use protection. You know what I mean?
I
Safe
mean,
sex
like,
is.
realizing
say it's
that
great.
with my childhood friends and some family members that I know that we grew up together, like I was literally the last one out of probably like 7, 8 of them that had their child at a time that I was prepared. I was ready to have a child. My best friend, she had a child at the age of 16. She was pregnant when she was 15, had him at 16. My cousin, she had a baby at the age of 14, you know, and she was the very first one out of all of us, you know, to have a child, and she was pregnant while she was 13. Like,
yeah, and that's another thing. Like, what do you like? If a girl is like a certain age, like let's say teens, like real young, like, do you think it's reasonable for them to get an abortion or not?
That's
well,
oh, excuse me.
Go ahead.
When you talk about that, are you looking at through history or through how we
I'm looking at
perceive
it-
things
I'm
now?
looking
Because
at
that
kind
was
of
the
like-
time. That's
yeah.
the time to have
that
kids.
What's that? At like a real
once
young,
the
young
child,
age?
once a female
Once-
has her
Period.
hormonal periods
like-
and stuff like that, it's
That
like
means she
you
can
can get
have-
pregnant right away.
But do you think
Well,
that's,
our
do you think
hormones
that's the right
switch.
thing to be doing?
Or
Like a child having a child?
that's I'm
I
talking about.
don't think it is.
Because
To
like
tell
you
the
gotta
truth, no.
think about the mature level.
Just yes, I was
of
gonna
that
say that. Yes,
individual as
because
Because we have 20-year-olds now having kids, and they still can't take care of themselves. You know what I mean? So it's like
why can't they take care of
because
themselves?
they don't want to be responsible.
And why is that?
Well, then that was their choice.
But I'm
they
talking-
have
I'm
to
talking-
know.
Yeah.
that's
I'm talking about
obviously
you
their
getting
choice.
going back because of the fact that this is a touchy subject, and I'm trying not to go into another topic, which has the other topic is reason why a lot of this stuff happens, but we can't touch on or we just going around in circles. But some people have religious backgrounds that help had their way of thinking. Their way of thinking
feel that.
is particular faith points them in the way. Some people choose government as their faith. Somebody said, don't you say the G word or whatever, right? You know what I mean? The government. Yeah. But they let them, whoever voted for a certain thing, they let them make things feel all right for them. That's why you see people misusing the system, and it's not frowned upon in groups where they're doing things without thinking of the consequences.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't want you to abort. I don't want you to abort nothing, especially if it ain't mine. Especially if it's mine.
Oh
Don't
yeah,
abort
for
that.
sure. But obviously you're gonna be responsible when you're doing your thing.
Yeah, and if you're so say if you're a religious person, then you would know that
That you
God
go up into
wouldn't put anything on your plate
right.
that you couldn't handle,
Right.
and that could be your test. You know what I mean? That could be your test in this life, and you get the reward wherever. You know what I mean? Or it can just give you the strength to deal with other people because you're dealing with something. Like in the case where the child came out and it was
Defective.
buried.
Yeah.
And then on a lighter note, some people would think midgets are impaired, so you wouldn't have any little people running around.
Listen, there were giants, there were midgets back in the day. With the height, that's something that the Lord did.
We in the middle.
We all different sizes.
Are we small, big? Like,
So
what are
you
we?
want, you know,
I mean,
Lord of the Rings. It ain't gonna be no Lord of the Rings. You like, I don't want no little person. Ain't no elf.
right.
Yeah.
Ain't no running with the
You know
elves.
what I mean? You know what I mean?
So,
So I think we're all like, especially in this culture in America, we're all like some type of goulash. We're just throwing everything in a pot. But
seeing what happened.
yeah, so now we sitting there. Oh, I'm pro-abortion. Oh, we supposed to. But what about rape? What about rape?
Listen,
But then
I
we gotta
mean,
think about.
one thing about what I can say is, as a mother, and I have a 12-year-old, okay,
Right.
I have to teach her before somebody else teaches her.
Mm.
So I taught my daughter about, I think like the very day that I found out that my daughter had her first period, I told her, now, when you get older and you miss that day, because from now on you gotta write down that day whenever you started it and when it finishes. And the day that it doesn't come and you're having, sexual relationships, then you're pregnant. But then I told her too, is like, saving yourself is best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Waiting for her to get older to have sexual relationship with a person, and I would say one, because in reality, the way that I grew up, it was all about, who you can get in to whatever,
Right.
and I'm
It's
not
like
gonna
how
say
many
it loud,
bodies,
but the size or whatever is more important than you having that relationship with that person
Right.
and building your life with that person. You know what I mean? So it's more so of like, yeah, I got this man, and yeah, we did this, and then all of a sudden it's like they break up, and then they go get another. So it's more so of like, you're using your body to satisfy who? Just yourself?
Well, you're,
You know what I mean? You're satisfying yourself, but then
yeah.
again, when you find out that you're pregnant, it's like, oh shoot.
It's not about just you anymore.
Right, it's not. And in reality, if you are that type of person that is in that situation right now, then get on birth control. If you're really not ready to even
Or
take care of a
safe.
child, get on birth control. I did it. Once I realized that all my friends and my cousins and my sisters was like all got pregnant and I was the only one, I started birth control when I was 16. You know what I mean? That was the time. It was like, man.
Because that's the time everybody's usually active.
During high school is when you see all these bellies growing.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, So I decided to get on birth control, and when I really wanted my child, I got off of it and I worked hard on it, and she's here. And I gave birth to her when I was 26. I was married already. I had my place already. Like, I was set. And now I can say that I am truly ready to have a child because my mindset is there.
And that's what a lot of people gotta, I feel like, get to that point of when you want to have a child, or some people don't even think about it. They just do what it do.
It's
and
like, oh well,
they,
you know what I mean?
they
But
have a child, but
are you really
their
ready to take
their
that responsibility?
Their situations could be hard already, and now you're bringing a child into a situation that's already hard. It's gonna be harder for you to get yourself on track and get your life on track to help that child get their life on track. Now you're putting a child in a struggle situation
one
and
of
you're
the-
struggling. And I feel like a lot of young people need to get to the point of, putting your life first and getting your priorities straight first, getting get your life together first before you even bring a child in, because nowadays it's expensive to even have a kid. You know what I mean? It's expensive, and it's a lot of responsibility that a lot of people don't.
The stats, right? That's one of the top reasons for people to have abortions.
What's that?
Financial flexibility.
And I feel like that's not a good reason to have an
That
abortion.
is, yeah.
But they have that because if they
Yeah.
feel like what you just said, that
If you feel like your financial situation is bad, then don't have protected sex, or don't have sex at all.
I just
And-
feel like the
I mean,
parents
who's-
just gotta prepare these young
Yeah,
kids
teach your
early
kids
enough
early.
I
to
want you
teach
to.
them that you gotta live your life for you and yourself before you put your life into somebody else's, and then all of a sudden your life is over.
Work on your happiness. You know, find something that in life.
You're never
that'll-
gonna find yourself. You're never gonna satisfy yourself because you're satisfying
Freedom.
somebody else. You're satisfying the boyfriend that you like or
Right.
you love. Like
You gotta do it for
It-
yourself first, then before
yeah.
you do it for other people. So if you're not in a good mindset, position, or
we're not even
space,
ready educationally,
Right.
financially,
Right.
mentally.
right?
So if someone is what you perceive as dumb, right? That you perceive as dumb, but you're not gonna call them dumb. They shouldn't have kids.
Not necessarily, because a dumb person can. There's people that's dumb that can, you know, there's a lot of dumb
You got a dumb
people that can
with a fatty,
become
or what-
financially.
You know what I mean? Or what-
That could become financially stable. They might not know a lot,
so if
but
you don't have money,
they probably.
so
do
if you have
investments
money, you can
and-
have kids. That's the thing. You gotta have
I
money to have kids.
I would say money is a big thing because money can help you, you know, schooling, you know, situations like housing, clothes, this and that. Money can cover all that type of stuff.
So
but
unless you
education wise,
And time with the kids.
you know what I mean? Time, education. That's I feel like is important because a lot of these kids they don't got that. They're not there with.
Yo, I don't think we'll have no kids in America if we go by what y'all just said. Cause even
Yeah.
people with money, even people with money don't have time to be
They
with
don't
the
have
kids.
time. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Because of our
And before-
because of our economy right
And
now. It's
before
hard.
they had all this monetary money, people was having kids.
But people are also living off the land.
So that should be, you should be able to provide.
Provide exactly.
So that doesn't necessarily mean monetarily.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Just
And have the
Have a
ability,
stable
have the
household.
ability to provide for your
And the
child.
thing is too, like I was just talking to somebody at an office that I was waiting in line, and you know she was telling me that she's 19. She was with the boyfriend till she was like 16. They have a daughter together, and then all of a sudden like the relationship is not even good. Like, you know, he was mentally like just controlling her in so many ways, and now she's stuck with this baby. You know what I mean? And it's like, with her telling me that she might be pregnant now, I'm like, oh my goodness.
and it's
Like,
because they're so
If
young.
you see any red
and
flags of
comfortable.
knowing
They're
that the
comfortable with each
person
other.
that you're dealing with or you're falling in love with is not the type of person that is going to treat you well, love you well,
Mhm.
give you financial security. Men are supposed to give women security
Mhm.
when it comes to finances, protection, like meaning having a house, you know, and planning for the future. That's what a man is supposed to have for a woman before they even
Think of a
give
kid.
them a child.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, because if that does happen, let's say, and actually I want you to, you know, to jump into, if that does happen, then it is going to be hard for the two to try to work on their life in order to support this child that they're not even ready themselves.
Because that kid's just gonna be in a toxic environment.
I mean, I think
Nah,
for me it's a
hold on,
little
hold on.
different.
Is
Like,
it-
yeah, because I mean, I had my son when I was 18.
Okay.
So for me, I was a senior in high school,
Okay.
and from my perspective, I did see a lot of those females that are pregnant before, and then like I still ended up. For me, it's a little different because all I have is brothers, so I didn't have somebody that can have a conversation, and sometimes you just don't have that. But
Mhm.
that also doesn't excuse like if you don't have that, you have people that can tell you because
Okay.
you know, from me seeing it from females and my brothers, their partners, they would talk to me about it, but then yet I still ended up pregnant. And for me, that's why I'm so against it, because if you decided to do what you did and now you're in a situation where you are pregnant,
It's your responsibility.
Yeah.
no matter how old you are, it's your responsibility to actually now be like, now I'm responsible for somebody
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
So, and yes, it was difficult for me. Now I'm 23 and I just finished college, so it was hard. But you're gonna do it for your kid,
Mhm.
because I feel like for me, my son pushed me to be everything that I am now.
Mhm.
Before that, I was going such like a wrong path, and it's like how you said, God doesn't put something in your path that He know you can't handle. So for me, I feel like He put my son in my path because I needed that, because I was going down such a wrong path, and now I am the person that I am because of my son.
Okay.
So I feel like if God gives you a child, like sometimes, depending the circumstance, obviously, you know, it can make your life better in a sense, because then you're gonna mature, you're gonna sit there and actually see the world differently, because now you're like, I have a little person, like how he says, that
take
you're
care of.
yeah, and you're a figure to them. Like I have nieces, my brothers, they're all older than me, and they had kids when I was 9, and I had to grow up faster because of the fact that I was always a role
Around.
model,
Oh, okay.
because they're also girls.
Okay.
So I had to be a role model to my nieces.
Okay.
So it just all depends. Like I feel like it all just depends.
Okay. Yeah, like what she was saying is if that does happen and you do get pregnant and your choice is to not abort it, then it's time to step up and just do the best that you can.
Yep.
You know, like you're doing it for the child, like she said, and you're doing it for yourself. That's why I say that I'm on both, you know,
Sis,
sides.
say that.
So don't say that. I hate that.
But in a sense too,
So-
what she was also saying is you didn't really have the guidance and have people there to tell you,
Yeah.
you know, the rights and the wrongs and how to go about, you know,
Yeah.
your upbringing, because you just have brothers. You didn't really have I mean, you probably had
Feminine.
your mom and stuff like
Yeah.
that, but you didn't really have other women to tell you,
Yeah.
you know, how to move.
Well, to
You know.
stay on this topic, but to switch gears a little bit, do you think there'd be less abortions in total if they weren't so easily accessible?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh sure.
It'd be way less. So it'd be
Oh,
like
yeah.
if it's more accountability, and don't beat me up. If it's more accountability for actions, then we'll look at it different. Like, oh, if you had babies, if no one was there to support you, then what you said about financial stability would be in someone's head before they even when they
think
seeking
about-
a spouse
Yeah,
or
right,
seeking somebody
right.
to hook up
They
with.
wanna-
I can't get with no broke person because we're gonna be broke together. Like we're gonna be super broke. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now, talking about that, if you are in that type of situation, there are adoptions. Like, give the child to somebody that is willing to give their all because they not able to have any.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So there's a lot of options out there. It's not
There is.
only of
Abortion.
killing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it is a baby growing in you, even if it's a little fetus or whatever. Like, God created that, and that is very sacred.
What they say, like what, in like a couple days it already has like a heartbeat and all that stuff.
Yeah, like
You know
that's
what I mean?
how
So
they
that's-
find
that's
out
already-
that
that's
there
already
is a
life
baby in there
being
within
created.
5 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, for myself, I struggled with having my baby after I got off of birth control with my husband, and it took me a while. And throughout the time that I was trying, like everybody else in front of me was having babies, they were getting pregnant, and I'm like, man. Then like the one, and I swear this is not a lie. My best friend first, she told me that she got pregnant,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, man, I'm trying. And
Tito's.
it's not happening. Then the second thing was the one lady at my job, the owner, she got pregnant. And I'm like, man.
Everybody around you is getting pregnant.
Then every day, me and my husband, still to this day, we watch the Weather Channel, 69 News, the weather lady was pregnant. I'm like,
It's 69. That's the
like,
black
man. Then all of a sudden, I swear to you,
Everybody
no, this is
knows.
the end of it. This is the end of it, I swear. This is the end of it. So it's like seeing all these people getting pregnant. I'm not getting pregnant. I'm like, man.
Maybe it
You
wasn't
know,
your time.
and then within those times too, like I saw a video of, on YouTube that somebody threw a baby in a bag in the river. You know what I mean? It's like, what?
Yeah, man. Somebody's. Yeah.
Like, are you
yeah.
serious? You couldn't just give that child, like
Somebody
how
who
it is in
wanted-
the cartoons, like drop them off at somebody's doorstep.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that they can take care of it. You know, but to do that, it hurt my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know. And then of course, finally, is like I went to New York, and my grandmother, she okay. So it says what is it? A baby's heart starts beating approximately 22 to 24 days after conception.
24
So that's
days.
not even five. That's
gotta make that
within
longer?
5 weeks. So I mean, yeah, 5 weeks is longer, but that's 4 to 5 weeks.
Yeah, a month.
So me going to New York, visiting my mom, my grandmother and stuff, I found out that her dog was pregnant. I'm like,
Oh,
wow,
her dog?
man,
her dog was
dog,
pregnant.
dog.
I'm like, I looked at my husband, I
This bitch.
I told my husband, like, Dad, really?
You was trying, you and everybody.
Yo, my husband was like, Dad, babe, I'm sorry. That dog is like, that's it, I'm done. I'm done trying. That's it. You know what I mean? But there was
How you
signs
get there?
within it. There was signs within it. You know what I mean? God, I went to church that week, and you know my aunt's church, and there was a story about a lady, you know, in the Bible that she was 90 years old when she had her first. You know what I mean? And she waited, and even God was saying like, "Oh, you're gonna have a child," and then she was like, "Yeah, right," and she laughed, and he was like, "Why are you laughing?"
Right.
You know what I mean? So with her being such an age, she was like, I'm so old, how can I have a baby? But it happened.
It happens.
And it was in, you know, it's in his time. And, you know what I mean? That happened, and I was like, whoa, okay, I get it. I gotta wait.
That's one thing I say.
And then, like,
don't
at
rush
least,
it.
I can say at least 4 weeks later, no, not even, yeah, probably like 3 or 4 weeks later, that's when I found out that I was pregnant. You know what I mean? So it's like it's on his timing, but yeah, it's like me seeing that people are able to throw away their kid, like a
Nah,
child,
it's
a
sad.
baby.
Yeah,
It just.
And you know
baffles me.
what's even crazier when that happens, right? And the child gets older and they go and find their parents and then they
Oh
find them.
yes, that's even
And it's
worse.
like they
'cause
have
it's
a whole
like,
nother
man, they gotta
family.
hold on to all
You
that.
know what I mean? And they have a whole nother family. It's kind of like, damn, you threw me away and you have a whole nother family. You know what I mean? So it makes a person, it makes you feel like, you know what I mean? It probably breaks them more that they see that than to think that, you know, they just grew up without their actual mom or dad. Is when they go find them and they have a whole
It's
nother
trauma
life
to the
and
child.
family.
I mean, but as long as the other parent was show them, like, you know, because I seen this one show that it's all about that. I mean, there was like these people from England that they found out that they had another relative that their mom didn't know. You know what I mean? And they went to go seek the relative.
Wait, the mom didn't know?
No, the mom knew, but she didn't know that she had another
That she
relative
had another
until the mom
relative.
told her.
Uh-huh.
Once she tried to tell her, like probably 20 years before she died, but she didn't continue on with it. And then the day of her deathbed, like she told her that she has another sister that she gave up. So like her sister was like, the daughter was like, what? So she went and looked for her, and she found her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was just because the mom at the time was not ready to have that capacity of taking care of her.
Right.
You know what I mean? And she was a hairdresser. The
Oh,
mother was a
that's
hairdresser.
And she was from New York.
No, no, it was on the other side of the world. But you know what I mean? Just saying, like, if you're not ready to.
Now what, like, you we were talking about this earlier about like one night stands and getting pregnant. So now having a one night stand and getting pregnant, do you feel like still
This is when y'all come in, so y'all better be ready to.
That still shouldn't be like an abortion situation, because like you need to have protected sex if you're going to go
Well,
that route. Sometimes you had a drunk
So
in me.
it all depends
but-
too, the situation, right?
Right.
I don't know what the story is between them. Even though it's like if you really don't know the person, don't have sex with the person. You know what I mean? If you're not in an
That's-
actual relationship with the person, don't have sex with the person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It
don't
happens to
even know
somebody
their
that's
name.
close to me. I'm not even gonna say no name. I'm not gonna say no name. So that happened to somebody very close to me.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
We're looking at him.
Anyway.
No, don't listen.
Yeah. Anyway, it happened happened to her. You know, the guy. It was basically her birthday week, and she met somebody, and she was in heat, basically. And he kind of like put all these words together. They did have protected sex, but then again,
it still happened.
It still happened because it broke.
Oh, that's a
And
blessing.
then when she found out that she was pregnant, you know what I mean? It was like, that's when little by little, like he was telling her like, nah, you gotta abort it, You know what I mean? And she was like, what? This is my body. Like I can do whatever I want. But knowing she has 2 kids already, and not having a father figure for the 2 girls because, you know, their dad is in another state, and she's pregnant with this one, and so he wanted her to have the abortion. She didn't. So it was more so of like, no. Then she found out. Then she found out that he had another family. Like he had a girl that had a baby, and so like he was trying to get her to abort that because he already had a child with the woman that he was already with. You know what I mean? So it's more so of like, this is when y'all get in like what would you do? Like, are you that type of person that is for one person, or is a person that is protected in sex, or what? Like, so right now she did have the baby, and she's alive, and she still got to go with, you know, dealing with the baby dad and dealing with his girl, even though in the beginning his girl was not liking it at all. My friend was like, was like, you can't be talking to me about this. You know what I mean? You gotta talk to your man because your man was the one that lied to me.
Ooh, we gotta check this out.
She might not even watch it anyways.
No, she probably won't.
Okay. So anyways. So right now she has to deal with him and her, and right now she doesn't want to deal with him. She got to deal with her to get to him. You know what I mean? So it's
now,
so
even
much.
in a situation like that where, like, say the dude
cheat,
don't want
but
it,
she cheat though anyway.
but the girl want it, right? Do you think, like, how some men will also want the baby, but some women will want to abort it, right? Would you say, like, the man would still have to be financially responsible if he didn't want it, but she wanted it? Because wouldn't it be kind of messed up or different if the woman wanted to abort it, but the man wanted it, and if she says it's her body, her choice, and she does it, it's kind of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's...
So that, I feel like that's like a whole nother...
It is, but then again, it's like if that man is trying to step up into wanting to have that, you know what I mean? It's like, why not give that?
Right.
That
now, if
man
he wanted to step
the
up,
responsibility to do it and be like, you know what?
Have it and just give it to him.
Yeah, like, you know, there are men out there that take care of their kids because sometimes
some women don't want to mess up their bodies.
The moms are not in the right state of mind, and the father's got to be the one to step up.
The numbers aren't on the men's side. There are more women than men. Every woman is going after the same man or the same type of man.
Type of man. Okay.
So they're all the people that cheat or do whatever. They all cheating with the same type of man. That's how you have fathers with multiple families, with multiple families, and you get this other guy, nothing, because they all want that one particular type of person.
Gotcha.
So everything that they be saying in these podcasts about all the extra stuff, there are women that's chaste or whatever. They you know what I mean? They respect themselves more. But most of them, because there's more of them than so if it's 10 smart ones, there's 30 dumb ones. You know what I'm saying? So that's how